We got to get y'all like a high desk on wheels so you can just
all the above, roll it in and out.
Everything on here, just roll it out. You guys all just hold on.
We love that.
Take you around the warning track all the way out.
That's really the behind the scenes. You don't see the setup happen.
Do a live shot, getting out.
And welcome back to D-Backs on Deck. Luis Gonzalez, technical director here.
Exactly, our
honorary.
producer.
I'm trying to design a new set for you guys.
Hey, listen, can you put wheels on this thing?
We can put wheels on it, I'm sure.
Yeah, a little motor to it.
Let me talk to my people to get with your people.
You know where to find us.
I'll say this, if there's anybody in this city that can make something happen,
a couple calls.
Yeah.
We'll try. We can try.
We're going to make it work.
Gonzo, first of all, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Listen, Tori Lavelle was just talking about his favorite teacher growing up. We're going to kind of honor teachers throughout the day right here on 12. We've been doing a little run for them all summer, getting them supplies they need to start the school year. Do you have a favorite teacher growing up?
Well, I have to be biased. My
Sure.
mom was a teacher for over 30 years in Florida, and then she became a curriculum specialist after she retired from teaching. So, man, I had so many good ones. Miss Grignon was one in Florida when I was a little kid. I had Mr. Bullness was one of my favorite high school teachers.
I hope you were a good kid.
I was a great kid.
There
I
we
couldn't mess up. My mom was in the same building.
Exactly. When you're the
especially
child of
in
an
elementary.
educator.
Yeah.
Hey, if you messed up, they were going to walk you right down the math office.
And you knew they were looking at you. I always felt like I had somebody looking over my shoulder.
Yes, that was my experience growing up as Mrs. Washington's daughter here in the Valley. She taught in many different districts, English as a second language classes, Spanish, all of that good stuff. But yes, growing up as a child of an educator, they're, like we said, overworked and
underpaid. That's right.
And there's Geraldo Perdomo. But now you get to kind of take on a role as a teacher, as a grandparent for the first time. Congratulations
Thank you.
to
The
you.
G in Gonzo stands for grandpa now.
Yes.
One of my daughters yesterday, Megan, and her husband Joe had twin boys yesterday. So very exciting time. It happened so fast. They're preemies, right at about 32 weeks. But we're super excited. So what a blessing. I mean, so much fun now. I can't wait for them to grow up a little bit so we can get them home and just start giving them the love and affection.
But what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be sleeping at the hospital or something too?
Well, I think everybody wanted me out of the hospital and out of the house, so they sent me over.
It's kind of like a blast from the past because we have video of your kids crawling around the floor as under 2-year-olds here on 12 News from that 2001 World Series experience, of course. But when you think about that time and now that we're celebrating 25 years since, what comes to mind? And you've been a fixture here in the Valley ever since.
Oh, well, just the excitement. What an incredible time. Great teammates. The Valley had surrounded our team. It was, we got here in 98, 99. A bunch of us came over via trades, free agency. Mm-hmm. And then in such a short time, our 4th year in existence, we made it to the World Series. And every game opening up, the opening of the roof was a big deal. Everybody used to come out early to the ballpark to be a part of that. And then just to see the excitement on everybody's face, it was super special.
So you were a young dad back then. How did you balance it all, man?
I played defense.
Exactly. He was
we were outnumbered
3.
Yeah, it was pretty cool though. I mean,
that had to have been some long days. Up early, probably not a lot of sleep.
I was actually get up early with them, spent some time with them, and then I was always an early guy to the ballpark and a late guy. And my son would always stay with me. I would drive him home and be asleep in the car going home. But if we won, he knew the rule. If we won, he was in the clubhouse and got to sit in my locker. But if we lost, he was going home. He didn't want to be around around me.
He didn't want to be around Dad.
Yeah, and I didn't want him. I wanted him to know that it was a blessing and an appreciation for being in a major league locker room. Not everybody gets to do that. And he was always very respectful of all the other guys on the team.
Yeah. We've got a lot of young guys in this clubhouse who are making their moves up from Reno. What do you make of the youth movement? Ryan Waldschmidt, Tyler Locklear, Jordan Lawler kind of getting back into action. Just what they're able to do, and especially with what's ahead in this playoff push.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think, the second half of this season is going to be really pivotal for us. The last 2 or 3 years, we've been right at the cusp of, going into the last week of the season or the last couple games.
Or the last game.
Yeah.
Or the last game.
To
get in. I mean, all you got to do is get in. And I'm sure Torrey and the coaching staff and Mike Hazen and everybody up there has expressed that to the players. We just need to do enough to get in. If once we get in, anything could happen. Same way it did in 2023 for our ball club. We got hot right at the right time. We snuck in the playoffs, and then the next thing you know, we're playing in a World Series.
Gonzo, any concern about all the injuries, man?
Well,
they seem to be dealing.
You want to have everybody healthy, but you can't. This is the big leagues. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you.
Sure.
Every team is going through it. The better teams are the ones at the end that didn't have that many injuries, and our guys have had to overcome a lot right now to get to where they're at. But we're still in contention. I mean, we're right in the middle of the mix of all the wild card teams.
Yeah.
We need a couple good winning streaks. I think right now the important thing for us is just to try to win series. Don't say, hey, let's run off a 10 or 12 game winning streak, because realistically that's hard to do in the big leagues. You got to try to win series. One series at a time, one game at a time, and then that starts adding up for you.
What most impressed you about this group? Because they've seemed to have been able, no matter what's thrown at them, no matter if they go on a bad stretch, a hot, like they just bounce back.
Yeah, resiliency,
really well.
I think they've been hit with so many different things this year. You talk about the injuries, the losing streaks, and the way they've lost some of the games, and then they bounce right back. They'll lose 5 or 6 in a row.
And then smack the Dodgers.
Yeah, and then you're thinking,
the bottom of the lineup smacking the Dodgers.
Yeah, you think these guys are out, or they've been scuffling. The main guys on the team are getting hits, the bottom isn't, and then all of a sudden, like you said, the Dodgers series, everybody wakes up, they're excited, and then they end up sweeping the Dodgers.
Yeah, and they got the Cardinals coming into town with the new home run derby champion.
Yeah.
What do you make of this series? It seems like they're
Are you talking about Baxter? Because he did win the home run derby.
He did just have him, yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's put that belt down. He's walking out.
I know. I didn't get a belt like that when I won in 01. I just got a trophy.
What was that like?
Yeah. I know. It was very surreal. It was pretty cool to be a part of that. And that was the whole year of the 01, so everything seemed to work out for me that year.
You got to carry that trophy around. Sometimes.
Actually, it was in my house, and I think it's out in center field now. It's on loan here for the guys to have it out there. I want to share every memorabilia or every memory and things that I have. I love sharing it with the fans because they're a part of what makes you who you are.
Yeah.
And, I played on a very special team for so many years here with the Diamondbacks. I got so many great friends on those teams, but the fans are really what makes the person.
I don't know how this story ended up, but didn't you win somebody a house?
I did.
I
did that year. He was drunk as a skunk later on that night. I saw him at the gala right after, and I went up to him, and I don't even think he knew where I was. He was like, "Oh, I'm having a great time." Yeah, of course you are. You won a house.
Won a house. There we go.
that was super cool to be able to win that, and then somebody. I think now the winner gets $1 million.
Wow.
I would have taken the $1 million and maybe bought him a house.
Yeah. Hey, we could split it, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean,
I got a handshake and a trophy and a house for somebody else.
And great stories, of course, that we can run back here on 12 News. But just what do you make of this series coming up with the Cardinals? They want to take 2 of 3. Of course, when you look at those standings, every game against a team like this matters.
Yeah, I was up in St. Louis for the series over there. Tough series. They got a great team. They know how to play the game just as we do. I think for us, we've got to be aggressive, try to score early. Our team always plays better when we get ahead early on the scoreboard. Yeah. I think we play a little more loose and freely. I'm hoping that this second half, we didn't run a lot in the first half.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that some of our guys kind of open the gates a little bit and start running a little bit more and bring back the old chaos, because we're not, as we saw in the first half, we're not going to beat you by hitting a lot of home runs. We're going to have to do a lot of little things. So if we can get guys in scoring position, get a base hit here and there, we'll get some runs.
Yeah, this team has been one of the better offensive teams in recent years, but it's that aggressiveness, that risk-taking that I think made them special and a team that was a dark horse.
And that puts pressure on defenses, too. And I think defenses tend to play a little bit tighter, especially, when the bottom of our order scuffles or they're not getting hits, hit and runs and different things like that to try to move some guys around, move the defenses around may help.
It's time to get on the elbows and start scraping
That's
for
it.
standing position. Absolutely.
25 years since your hit, Gonzo. Congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
still think they need to put like some type of something out in the outfield.
A marker.
They did. They put a marker.
Time capsule.
The following year on opening day, there was a little mark
Can
there.
we do it every game?
Well, I asked them if they could move it back a little bit because it was like right off the edge of the thing, but it worked.
Hey.
Yeah,
exactly.
With Tony Womack and Steve Finley, they give you a hard time.
Oh,
about
they
that.
always do. Those guys. It's a great group. I mean, we'll get together here for that reunion, and it'll be like we never left each other.
Yeah, we've heard about the group chat.
Yeah, we have a group chat. We're a close bond. We're constantly giving each other a hard time, and it's just so much fun, man. Every day was a blessing to come into that locker room and know that you got a band of brothers, that we all stuck together. We pulled for each other. We got on each other. We were accountable with each other.
Yes, you were.
The best teams are the ones that you don't really have to rely on the coaches. The players police themselves.
I have to say that some folks we had Randy Johnson on the last time here for the 4th of July, and folks are saying, man, he smiled more than I ever seen him smile now that he's
right?
retired.
And I tell people that all the time. Randy's a great competitor.
Yeah.
And, like somebody will say, I saw him on the road. He was not a happy guy. I go, he was like that in the clubhouse, too. We just stayed away from him, especially on the days he pitches. The big fella knew what he was doing every time he went out there on the field.
Yeah, but now he's loosened up and
That's
behind
it.
the lens.
Yeah.
So good to have you.
Grandpa Gonzo joining us here on stage. Gonzo, great to see you, my
Thank you,
friend.
guys.
Thanks for your
Always
time.
great to see you
Yes,
guys.
thank
There
you,
we go.
Gonzo. We got much